welcome to the Melody Stallions channel. We have Louie the Looper back on board. You guys remember Louie the Looper? I know you do. Well, he's got a special one for you today. Louie is going to be reviewing a Charvel San Dimas Pro Mod with a few extra mods that I modded on it, and he's going to give you the rundown on it on this Charvel here and what he thinks about it. We just want to let you know that this video is not sponsored by anybody. Nobody paid us to do this video. This is my own personal guitar in the hands of a master player here. So, without further ado, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience, Louie?
Well, I mean, I'm a guitar player too. I normally play bass, but I do own a Strat. So this was configured, you know, just like a Strat with, you know, the humbucker in the back here is the only difference. But then Matthew came in and did some mods to this guitar that are absolutely a knockout. I don't understand why guitar companies aren't doing what he's doing to his guitars. Once we go through this whole guitar setup, you really should get a hold of Matthew, because this is some really good technical stuff that he's doing to his guitars here. And, you know, I'm assuming you just did this on your own, learned it on your own, and really cool mods.
Well, you know what ended up happening is you call people to kind of help you to fix your guitar, and nobody ever shows up. And when they do, they solder all the pots on backwards, and you don't know what the heck. It didn't even play anymore. So, out of all that tragedy, trial and error, mistakes, and a newfound fortune, I decided to mod it myself with the exact specs that I had. Now, when I got this Pro Mod San Dimas, this Charvel here, it had a 5-way switch in it. And in that 5-way switch, well, let me tell you something. I wasn't very happy with the way it was wired. It was pretty crappy, actually, and it didn't sound good at all. So what I went ahead and did was I threw a 3-way switch. And, well, it's called a Memphis mod. I threw the Memphis mod in it to where it turns the humbucker on the other positions, middle and neck. You could add a humbucker to that. And then I added a coil split to the bridge. So it turns it into a Stratocaster, and it turns it into a humbucker Stratocaster. So we're going to go through a few of those things here.
Hello again, and let's do a review of this Charvel Stratocaster. And it's got the same features as the Stratocaster with some modifications that Matthew has done to this guitar. So let's start here, and let's start here with the pickups. And you can see we've got some Seymour Duncans and a humbucker here at the tail position, and a non-tremolo tailpiece here. And this looks like some really quality material here for your strings. And let's just take a quick view of that. The other feature I really dig on is the truss rod adjuster. I really dig that it's in a real easy position to change and adjust. You don't have to take anything off at the top of the frets, and you have access so easy right here. That is definitely a plus. I really dig that. And as when Matthew was panning on the guitar, you can see this extra switch here. That's part of his modifications. And as he talked earlier in the video, changed that from a 5-way position to a 3-way. And it also has the split coil switch built into this also. So really cool features. And yeah, you should really contact Matt and get a real detailed analysis of the mods he has done to this guitar. And it keeps the Stratocaster pickup configuration and adds its own tonalities and several possibilities of the pickup configurations that you can do. So to me, this guitar has endless tone based on what you want to do. So really look into that. It's a whole lot more than just a 5-way position for pickups, and it just adds so much more to this guitar. And I mean, as a musician, that's what you're after. You're after your tone, And if you can't find it after these mods, then I don't believe it exists then. So, yeah. Neck, it's a maple neck with a maple cap on it.
Let's see if we see that.
And take a look there.
Oh yeah, I see the difference right there.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a separate maple cap from a maple neck.
Yep. And we'll go down to the tuners here. I'll flip this guitar over and you'll see that it's got the locking mechanisms built into the tuners there. That is a very, very nice feature. And you can see that the strings go through the body.
What? You don't see Stratocasters like that.
Yeah,
what happened?
Yeah, real nice, real nice. So there is a lot of natural plus features that I really like on this guitar, plus the modifications that Matthew has done. So yeah, you really should check these out, and you know, maybe even in the future get some kind of a printed circuit diagram of what Matthew did here to his guitar, because I've not seen anybody do this kind of work on a guitar, and you know, even custom shops. So really check this out, and we'll go over all the different pickup configurations based on the red switch here, and you know, your single coil switch here on your volume pot. And he's got what's really cool about this is this tone knob. I'll have Matthew explain a little bit more on what he's done to this tone knob in configuration with this other switch here. Very cool features. Very surprised that other guitar companies haven't caught on to something like this. And I mean, this really affects the tone coming out of this guitar. So not only, you know, do you want an amplifier that can create great tone, but it starts right here. You know, it starts with what you're playing, and it doesn't matter what amplifier you've got. If your guitar doesn't have the tone, your amplifier is only amplifying what is coming out of this right here. So really, you know, if you're looking for that tone, and this thing covers so many different sounds that I can't imagine, you know, any other mods that need to happen to this guitar. So very cool features. I really think Matthew should blueprint this thing, and everybody out there on YouTube that plays music really should look into what mods Matthew has done to this guitar. And we'll go over them here very shortly, and we'll do some samples for you, and we'll switch it up and check it out.
All right, back again. So I got the Charvel San Dimas here in my hands, and I'm going to run over a few tones with it. So what we're gonna focus on first is we're going to start talking about the switch position, the three-way selector switch. So I'll come down and take a look at the pickups here, and as you can see in the neck position, the way I have it wired is let me see if I get something here to kind of give you guys more of an idea of how you check pickups. Normally you play the guitar and you check them that way, but there is another way, and this isn't going to work here. Let me get this right here. Okay, let's see if this works, but this is how you check pickups. So I am in the neck position. You can see that it's in the neck, and when I tap the pickup pole, you can hear the tap. So you don't hear it on this one or on these other poles. So that means that the neck is only active in the neck position. Now when you come to the middle, the way I have it wired is there's no more neck, there's the middle, and the bridge isn't active either. Then you flip it all the way to the bridge, and now you got a full humbucker. No middle, and no neck. So that's how the three-way switch works here. What you get is all the way to the bridge position, you get the humbucker. In the middle, you get the middle. And in the neck, you get the neck. But the cool thing about this is, well, what about those tones when you want to have, you know, like a Telecaster? You got 3 pickups, and Telecasters usually have 2 unless you get a Nashville Tele. Well, I went ahead and wired it Memphis style. Meaning what I've done is I've added this little afterburner switch. Now this afterburner switch, when you flip it on, it makes the humbucker active. It's on all the time. So when you have it on like that, what ends up happening is in the bridge position, well, it ain't going to affect itself because it's always into itself. But the real juju starts when you go to the middle position. Now in the middle position, you're going to have, well, obviously the middle pickup, but now you have the middle and the bridge pickup. So you have basically in the middle with the afterburner switch on, you're going to have that Fender Quack Attack. I'll turn it on and off, look. So that was with it on, and this is off. And on. It's quite subtle, but it's there, and it makes a difference, you know, when you have those times that you hear it. Now, if you go to the neck position with the afterburner switch on, you're going to get the neck single coil and the bridge humbucker together. You can hear by me tapping on them. So now you have what would be like a Telecaster setup where you have the bridge and the neck together. Off. That's just a neck and bridge. Hear the difference? So that has something to say there too. But let's say you still wanted to get more sounds out of it. What I've went ahead and done was I went ahead and well, the three-way switch is basically modeled after when Leo Fender went and put his first Stratocasters together. For many, many moons that passed by, the original Stratocasters all had a three-way switch, but musicians worldwide were writing back to Leo Fender and telling him that when they were in like the neck position or the bridge position, they would be able to notch it between the neck and the middle position and find a new tone. Let's see if that still works here. It's like a hidden mod. The hidden mod on the San Dimas mod that didn't come with this mod. Hear it? Hear the hidden mod? The trick is you got to get it stuck there though. There it is. So what that does is that gives you these two pickups together. So now you have a hidden... You have the hidden Fender Quack, which I'm having a Quack Attack right now. Now, you know the funny thing is about a three-way switch is I actually like each individual pickup acting by itself. So when you get a pickup and you add another pickup to it, what you're really doing is you're putting, I guess, two pickups in parallel, but you're getting half of the pickup each to make one pickup, which kind of it diminishes the power of the guitar, it feels, as opposed to when you get the whole pickup. You know, you get more of this like punch that you need when you need it, and it shows. So we'll come back down here to the guitar again, and I'll show you what else I have done. So right here, out of all those positions that you saw, I went ahead and added a coil split to this bridge pickup. So now, with that coil split and you go to the bridge position, well, you're going to get the inside coil and the outside shunted. What that does is that basically makes you a Stratocaster. A 50s Stratocaster is what it does. Now the cool thing about that is once you get to happening this here, so now when you're going through your three ways, your bridge position is just going to have your coil shunted pickup. When you have this coil split on there. And then when you go to the middle position, well, now you're going to have the inside coil and the middle position. Oh, let me turn the switch on. You hear that? Let's see what it sounds like when it's on and I do the full humbucker and the half humbucker. You hear it? It seems to give it more power. Then when you go to the neck position and you have the split on, you just get a lot of sounds here. Okay, aside from those mods, this guitar has a JB in the bridge. That JB, some people say it's a Jeff Beck, Seymour Duncan, but I don't even think Jeff Beck claims that claim. But anyways, it's a JB, it's a jazz pickup, in other words. Jazz bridge. I guess that's what JB really stands for. In the middle, and this pickup is dynamite. This pickup is a Seymour Duncan SSL6 flat pole. And this pickup is a Seymour Duncan SSL6 flat pole also. They mix really well with this humbucker pickup. Overall, this guitar is a really, really great guitar. I wish it would have came from the factory this way, but you never get what you want, you know, when somebody else makes it for you. It's a Charvel San Dimas. It's a Mexican model, but yeah, no, this thing does really dynamite. That's what it does. I mean, it's a little thinner here than a Stratocaster would be, and it doesn't have the Strat jack here like the regular Strats have. But it's an alder body. It's a maple cap on a maple neck. I don't know if you can see that, but let's just try to see if we can get the camera to adjust. But do you see the split? Can you see it? There's a split on that. It's a thick maple slab fretboard on a maple neck. I put these little color indentions for when we're playing live. I can kind of know where I'm at without looking over my guitar like, where am I at? What's happening? Did I miss a string somewhere? No, you could just play your guitar, kick back, and you just look at the back of the guitar, and you're in the right spot. You don't have to be looking over the neck like, what happened? I freaking missed a chord. But anyways, the neck on this thing also, it has some very thin Charvel stamp on it. It has two string trees. It has a graphite nut, I believe. That graphite nut right there. And then these don't appear to be staggered. They just seem to be, if you can see the string trees, They all seem to be the small ones. You might get one wrap around it, and that's all you're going to get of a string. But overall, yeah, it's a dynamite guitar. And we want to thank you. We want to thank you for coming and stopping by the channel and checking this guitar review out. And we're happy you were here and you spent your time with us. If you have any questions, leave a comment in there. We do answer all the messages that come in to us. And I'd be more than happy to explain to you how I made this happen. Oh, there's one mod that I did not tell you about that we did. So when you get back to the bridge position, we'll go full humbucker. This guitar came with this, but this is a no-load tone pot, meaning that when it's fully open, it is not in the circuit. It's as if the bridge pickup connects straight to the jack. There is no tone on it. So it's really, really bright. You can get those telly sounds out of this real bright no-load tone humbucker. But the cool thing about it is if you turn it just past its indentation point, it's got a little notch in there. Can you hear it engage the circuit? With just that little turn, that's what you're hearing. Oh, wrong knob. Right there would be with it a loaded circuit. So if you don't like that super bright bridge pickup, you just take it off of the no load and put a load on it. And you can darken it. Which I have put an orange drop capacitor in there. But the thing about the bridge pickup, the way it's supposed to work in conjunction with the other pickups is you're supposed to set your bridge pickup according to your neck pickup. And like on a standard telly, that's how you would do it. But a lot of people don't know this trick, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a bonus feature on this video and tell you how to do it. So when you play, so that way you don't get these like, oh, wait a minute, the bridge pickup is too bright and the neck pickup is too dark. Isn't there a happy middle? I don't have a middle pickup like his Stratocaster does. Well, I'm going to tell you the trick. So if you have like a 2 pickup model, bridge and neck, this is how you would do it. You would play your neck pickup. You would adjust your amp to how you like the neck to sound. And then you'd go to your bridge pickup. That didn't sound right, did it? It sounded like flat and high-pitched. So what you do is you go to the bridge pickup and you roll the tone back. Then you go back to the neck. See the pickups almost sound identical right there. A slight variation. And that's how you adjust it. But the cool thing that I've done is I've taken out the tone knob from the middle position and I've taken it out of the neck. So you can't put tone on the neck. And I'll show you now, but I'm going to flip through all the pickups now with the tone rolled back that it matches the neck and it'll match the middle too. And listen to how much better it sounds. You're not going to just switch to one pickup and all of a sudden it's bright and another one and it's dark and you're like, what the heck is happening here? But I'll start on the bridge. Do you hear that? It's a lot more balanced, but when you go to the neck, look, Mom! No tone. You go to the middle, no tone. You go to the neck, to the bridge, it's the only pickup on the guitar that has tone. Because really, you know what, I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't need tone in the middle pickup, and you don't need it in the neck. If you really want a dark sounding guitar, just play a humbucker in those positions, and you'll get pretty dark. And then roll that down on tone. You'll almost be just grab a bass and play that instead, if you want to get those kind of tonalities. All right, so that concludes our video, and that was an extra bonus feature I just showed you about this guitar. If you know how to wire it, go wire yourself one. If you don't, give us a contact, and we'll tell you how to do it. All right, we're signing off on the Melody Stallions channel. Hey, Melody, say hello.
Hello.
See, there's Melody. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later.